What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Saturday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. Hope each and every one of you are doing great. And I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're having a great weekend. And I hope next week is also great for you. Progress over perfection. That is what's important. Just try to be a little better every day than the last. If you could please hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification. And if you want to donate, there's a PayPal option on most of my videos. And so we're here for this live. It's been a minute. I want to appreciate everybody who and say thank you to everybody who watched the Kent video. I appreciate that. Got quite a few views. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. And today we're going to open up the fucking table, talk about whatever you guys want. We're going to probably have to wait for some more people to come in here. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to shoot the shit. I can't see anybody talking, so maybe. Roche, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? It's good for me, bro. I've honestly just been working like crazy. That's why you guys have really not been seeing much of me, because I start 7, don't finish till 6, don't end up getting home till about 7:30 every day. By the time I eat and shower, I'm in bed because I got to be up early, you know. Hard work. Dropped 45 pounds. It just going constantly. You know what I'm saying? And I feel good, though. I feel like I'm in better shape than I've been maybe in my whole life. So that's how I've been doing. You know, I'm tired of snow. There's just been a stupid amount of snow. If you're in Southern Ontario, you know that. So it just seems to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. So no homo. What do you guys want to talk about? I need some ideas. I'm doing good, brother. That was my routine in the summer. I feel you there. Work, work, work. Ever found out what happened to that Donald Musselman kid? No. No, you have to refresh my memory. He's the murdered kid, right? No. Huh. What's up? How are you? I don't remember. I've done so many videos off the top of my head. You know, I'd have to go back and look. Having a coffee, playing on the phone, and get the live notification. Good to catch it. Matt, how you doing today? I'm doing good, bro. Just like I said, just work, 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 and not much time for myself. I actually booked Friday off this week. It's just been nuts. So I felt like I needed a couple of extra days rest, you know. I worked 3 of the last 4 Saturdays also. Yeah, I remember Donald Musselman. I'll look into it. Nobody ever reports what happens in Canada. We don't have transparency with our system. It's just not something that we have, you know. If you look at stuff like that, you know has happened. Like that, you know, like where people have been caught, like, you know, and nothing about it. You try and look at, like, for instance, the riot in Joyceville, right? Not the one that I was involved in, the big, like, race war riot. There's a lot of stuff that if you try and find information about it, you might find, like, a paragraph. It just doesn't work like that here. Have I ever done time in CNCC? That is Penetang. Yes, I've done a short, brief amount of time there. But it's the same as Lindsay. It's the same as Maplehurst. All of them are super jails that are understaffed, and you're constantly dealing with shortage of staff lockdowns. It's the worst too. It is the fucking worst. You're literally like standing at your door waiting to get out so you can go work out, take a shower, whatever. You might have like not worked out earlier so you could take a shower, like, or not showered earlier, like knowing that you're going to come out, and then boom, shortage of staff, boom, shortage of staff. And then you start getting used to it. It becomes like every other day, basically. That's really what happens. Illegally Blonde, what's up? How are you doing? Shower program up. And anybody who knows, so if you say just get to a place like Lindsay or the South or the East Detention, anywhere really, and you're new, you don't really know anybody, and you're constantly dealing with shortage of staff, lockdowns, it's going to be fucking tough for you to get out. You're going to have to flex some muscle. You might have to throw some words around to get your point heard. You may even have to throw down to get some respect in order to get out during things like shower program. Not everybody does. Talk about lifters. Do they act more reckless in jail because they have nothing to lose? You mean lifers? They actually don't act. They actually, in my opinion, act less reckless. When they're crazy, they're crazy. They stay in max. You probably won't see them for most of your bit, at least until they're like older and they've decided to chill out, right? There's a handful of guys like that, like maybe 200 to 300 guys that spend all their time in max, right? Everybody else, though, lifers especially, who know they're looking at a whole bunch of fucking time, they don't want to sit in max. They don't want to sit in high security jails where they can't cook food or they can't have touch visits. They want to be in a better situation and eventually be able to get parole. So a lot of the time, the lifers are the ones that are actually more chill, to be honest. Not all the time. Weekend's good. Weekend is definitely good. Spending time with my amazing lady. And, that's really just been my life. Whenever I have a moment, that's what I do. And come on here and talk to you guys. But I'm literally like, it's almost too much, to be honest. Like, I'm doing every 2 weeks, like 130, 135 hours. It's almost too much. Borderline. After being inside for so long, how do people deal with crazy people on the street that just go around hurling insults at random people? I'd imagine it must be hard. Yeah, but you also have an understanding of bugs because there's a good population of bugs on the inside, and you can't really just go around smashing everybody. So I think that you, like, for the most part, you just want to do your own thing and you learn to ignore people. In the U.S. jails look more chilling. I keep scrolling down on TikTok and see people live all the time. They just have way more phones and more access and less security. There's way less people to watch here, I don't talk about specific people, bro, on my channel. But I will say why it's hard to stay out of jail. Usually when you're involved in that life, you associate with a certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? So when you come out, you still have the same friends. And even if you're trying to like kind of stay out of it, they're still doing their thing. And eventually you are going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up. I appreciate that, huh? I'm doing pretty well. I am, and I feel good. I feel good about my life. I feel good about my relationship. I feel good about my job and the people I work with. It's not usually that you kind of have everything kind of lined up and working. Hopefully it can continue to work like this. That would be amazing. Not the difference in the sink. But I appreciate that. Honestly, for me, the most important thing was changing who I was associating with. It was literally number one. And it's not that I don't have love for the people that I used to chill with and talk to, and I still occasionally see. I'm just able to separate myself. And when I feel like it's time for me to go, I go. And I just don't allow myself to get caught up with other people's lives. It doesn't matter who it is or what it is. I'm worried about me and what's going on in my life and what impacts me directly. Everything else, I'm going to keep it moving. Do I still have, I'm really routined, and I like obsessively almost. So maybe, and I would say that sometimes, and it, one thing is building new memories, right? Because when you spend as much time in jail and prison as I did, for a long time, it was really hard for me to really talk to anybody about anything but that because it was such a big part of my life. And I'm finally at the point now where I'm starting to build real, normal life memories, and it doesn't have to be a topic of conversation all the time. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Roche. Courtesy flush for sure. Does technology seem way more advanced? Yeah, honestly, it does. Like, when you go for 4 or 5 years, it does, and imagine 20 years or 25 years, someone like in my brother's circumstance where when they got booked, internet wasn't a thing, cell phones weren't a thing, like a lot of stuff wasn't even a thing, and then you come out and the whole fucking world is advanced and different. It's scary and it's overwhelming. If you're in the building, go up top, hit that like button. 25 views, 7 likes. I appreciate it. Helps the channel, helps me with the algorithm. Hook it up, dog. Yeah, I feel like an idiot talking to normal people still. Hard to relate to people when you live a large percentage inside. It's exactly, especially when you don't really want certain people to know about that part of your life, right? Because it can impact you. I don't care what anybody says. Not my last job, the job before that, I made the mistake of kind of telling everybody who I was and what I was about and like about my channel and about this and about that. And it actually it's not beneficial really, it's not necessarily like a bad thing because it's positive, but like if you can avoid telling people about your past when you lived a past like I did, it's probably better, It's going to benefit you in the long run. Maybe after you get to know people and stuff, you can talk a little bit about some things, but most people won't understand. They just won't, and they'll judge you. Do guys in prison not flush the toilet? They do flush the toilet. They don't flush at night. And when you're taking a deuce, you flush before that shit even hits the water. So it never builds up in the toilet. So other people don't have to smell it. It's just called courtesy. And it doesn't really matter, right? You should probably do it at home also, not just let it brew. Does life in the pen mimic the life in the military in some ways? Well, I haven't been in the military, although I did go to boot camp. So I would say in some ways, yes. And there can be camaraderie. There can be like that, I've seen whole ranges where everybody's chill. So yeah. But it also can be very different and be a lot like the streets. And grimy, Were old friends and family members nervous meeting you after serving all that time? I mean, I don't know, but I would assume that probably some of them. Maybe not like close friends and family, but like acquaintances, people that have heard things, a lot of the time people automatically assume like this person's been in a federal penitentiary. He is dangerous. And I don't think I'm dangerous. I don't target civilians for violence. I never did, even when I did crime. But like, I feel like at this point in my life, it's more important to focus on what I need, and I think that violence and all that shit is totally unnecessary. So in most cases, I'm gonna avoid it. What's up, Eddie 416? Who's the smartest person I met? I don't know. Can't answer that. Sorry. I can't answer that. I couldn't tell you. I've met so many smart people over my years, so it's hard to say. Oh, who's that? Is that my brother Norman? Oh, snap. Norm! What's up, my dog? That's a legend right there for all of you that don't know. Penn legend. Sam G, when released, does the community receive a notification from the police? How do you keep your past to yourself? The community doesn't necessarily receive a notification about you as like the civilians, but the police definitely do, and the system definitely knows that you're being released somewhere for sure. That's the ringtone that just came with the damn phone. I never changed it. Yeah, I couldn't care less. Would you be down to get into crypto? Probably not. I don't know enough about it. Do bigger guys get more respect? I would say yes. But not for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll admit it. Like a large portion of my life, I went through bits avoiding fights and stuff because of how big I was. Like at the height of my like working out and stuff, I would be up to like 240 and jacked, you know? So most people didn't want to fight, even though I wasn't like a super good fighter, and I was always like nervous, but I was just willing. And somebody who's big and willing to fight is usually the last person to be bullied in prison. So yes, I would say they get a little more respect, but not for the right reasons, just because they're big. When I got sent home, they asked all my neighbors if they had an issue with it. Well, I don't know what your crimes were, but maybe if you have like major violent crimes, maybe they'll do that. I know that if you're on certain or have certain requirements on parole, like report all relationships, then like if you have a girlfriend, you're literally have to bring your girlfriend to your PO's office, and she'll like go through all your charges with your girlfriend. So if you have domestics or anything like that, size does mean nothing. It really does. But if you take a big skilled guy and put that big skilled guy against a little skilled guy, the big guy wins every time. So it doesn't mean nothing. It just, if a small skilled guy fights a big not skilled guy, he can win. But a big guy's always got a chance. I'll tell you, there's guys like if I was at 240 when I was inside and like crazy doing 1,000 push-ups a day, jogging the range constantly, just in crazy shape, out of my mind, right? And you put me in a match against 115-pound black belt, I'm still gonna fuck his ass up because I have enough skill that my size will matter. Not jiu-jitsu, though. I'm getting smoked in that. I know a rear naked choke. I can do maybe a triangle and a couple others. Guillotine. You know what's crazy? After all the time we done, it's sad that we left one prison to come outside to another prison just with a bigger yard. Outside world is crazy. You work to live, bro. You literally work to fucking live. That's what you do. This is a fact. You work all fucking day to give half your money to the government. We're getting jacked every day. Canada needs a lot of things. And I wouldn't even say a mass deportation is the biggest issue in Canada. We need a government overhaul is what we need. That's what we fucking need. We need cut taxes, get this carbon tax out of here. What's your favorite movie? I don't know. I like a lot of movies, man. I like the Wolverine and the new one. I didn't think I'd like it because I don't like the superhero movies that much, but the new Deadpool is really good. But I wouldn't be able to tell you what my favorite movie is. I love all kinds of movies. My favorite album, I'd say Silverchair Frog Stomp is one of my favorite albums. I'd say Soundgarden Super Unknown is one of my favorite albums. And then for hip hop, which I love the Lost Boys album. I love there's so much music that I love. And I love a lot of this new shit. I like BX The Plug. His new shit is dope. You know, he's kind of bringing that old school back. I like Big Belly Cushington, is that his name or whatever? He's dope. The 80s movies, Bad Boys with Sean Penn. I know that movie. I don't remember it, but I know that movie. Hey, Matt, what are British Columbia's correctional centers like for nonviolent offenders? Doesn't matter if you're violent or nonviolent. I don't know if they have like mini max there. I don't know. You'd have to ask the comments. I haven't done time out in BC, so I'm a doc guy. Operation Odessa is amazing. Definitely check out the trailer at least. All right. Huh. You already know, player. I don't know who you are, but you already know. I just 15,000 from the lawsuit in EMDC London. It finally pays to do crime. Yeah, that's dope. Congrats. Anytime somebody can get one up and get paid for the abuse that they got in the system, I'll give a thumbs up to that. Did you know they have a point system for low, medium, and high? They have a point system everywhere. So my points got up to, at highest, was 25.5, and max is 26 or higher. So when I was in Joyceville, I was 25.5 when I had just got kicked out of Fembrook for dope. It was just weed, but back then weed was illegal. So does religion matter in jail? It does matter in the pen, for sure, especially if you're Muslim. You got put into medium, wasn't good. Yeah, like people think a medium security joint is soft, but it's not. Minimum, chilling. You might still get punched in the face, but you're chilling. But medium, like when I was in the Ville for those 7 years, I saw many violent assaults, stabbings, jumpings, brutal shit. So, you know, this thought that like being in a medium means it's soft. Sam G, man, I appreciate that. That's a wiener dog mug. I used to have wiener dogs, so it's a wiener dog mug. And I appreciate the $13.99 piece. Medium, minimum, big chillin', medium, complete different level. Like you can still chill in medium for sure. Like a large portion of my time in Joyceville and Fembrook was okay. Like I was laughing and having a decent time considering, right? But shit can still happen in a medium. You can get killed in a medium for sure. Did they get anything in the cell in the Hearst? I remember seeing one of your vids and you said it was vile. Yeah, no, you don't. You have a bed and a table and you can have like books, papers, shit like that. Why so many deaths at EMDC? Because it's a corrupt jail. You have corrupt guards that over-abuse and overuse their power on inmates, especially inmates that are fucked up with mental health and stuff. Power and control issues. So a lot of the time they flex on guys. They flex too hard and people lose their lives. And then they also turn their blind eye to violence because they like seeing cons murder cons. And sometimes cons aren't smart enough to understand they're being played by the officers. You know, sometimes the cons are playing, but sometimes the cons are being played. So it just depends on the circumstances of that specific situation. But that is definitely a jail where they turn a blind eye to violence. It's the same as any Toronto jail. Same shit. You can get it, you know. You can fucking get it. No, they didn't have body scanners for all the time I did. Never had body scanners. I only ever went through a body scanner one fucking time in provincial. So there was always carbon fiber buck knives and real blades everywhere. So, and even if there are whatever they are scanners, people still have that shit, bro. They'll just ditch it. So when you say unless it's a Muslim, does that mean if you Muslim, you get fucked up for it? No. It actually means quite the opposite. In most cases, if you're Muslim, you'll be chill. These officers want something like a 26% pay raise. They already get paid a ridiculous amount of money for what they do. Okay? They get paid 80, 90, 100K a year to do fuck all. Write the occasional report, walk up and down and fucking knock a thing on the wall. Cushy government jobs. Those are actually, if you're a civilian, those are the jobs you want. It's only dangerous if you treat people with disrespect. You know, you could go to work every day and enjoy your job. Like if you're a guard, like a guard in the Ville, Jim Carrey, who treated everybody with respect, and he was treated the same way. He could literally come out in the yard and be like walking around the yard by himself. And nobody fucked with him because he never fucked with people. He didn't go out of his way to do it. And then you have a lady like Phyllis or Margaret, who are two evil bitches in the federal system staff-wise, who have both been attacked multiple times. Yeah, the metal detector chairs, they always had those. RCO's basically those who couldn't make it as cops. Sometimes, yeah, for sure. The Young Buck Bet podcast. What was the last year I was in Lindsay? The last time I was in Lindsay was 2015. I was a server on 1F. Yeah, I might be going in for fraud over a 5K, first time offender, and feeling pretty nervous. You'll be all right, man. And you might not even go in. No, Herb. All these goofs got those jobs straight from high school, no education at all. That is a fact. They do like a 2-week fucking certificate course at, George Brown College or whatever. James S., what's up, my brother? Lindsay is the best bucket, though. Lindsay is the one bucket that you can, like, chill. You can smoke. If you need to scrap, you can scrap somebody. Like, it's the best joint bucket in the GTA to do your time in. When I first went there in like 03, it was the worst because they were like Nazis with everything. You couldn't smoke, you couldn't do nothing. You get locked up for everything. But like by the time like 2010, 2015 came around, you're chilling in Lindsay. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, Samji, because nobody wants to do that shit. What spot you'd say got the best and worst food? What, joint-wise? Well, the best food would have been Mimico, for sure, or Fembrook in the Pen, where you can cook your own food. That's what I'd say. Maybe the Dawn back in the day had some really good shit. I was there in 2022. It's all changed, brother, from the days we were there. Lindsay sucks balls. Okay. Beer lockdowns now. I know that. And I know that the COVID shit changed. When we were in Lindsay back in the day, we always had the place on smash. Like, we could literally, like, open smoke ITAL on the block. Like, you know how it was, Norms. Me and him and 5 other dudes smashed a guy for calling our range a goof range, and we didn't even get locked up for that shit. Really, it's like a couple hours, not even. No, I think they locked us up for the day. They locked us up for the day, maybe for the day. Yes, I am. Were people killing themselves in Lindsay? It's going to be a good hockey game. Canada's lines are nasty. Like, their offensive lines are fucking nasty. I always look back at the time I spent incarcerated and I think about how fucking stupid I was to burn so much of my life and allow myself to fall so far back. And like, I used to have the mindset that it was really difficult to stay out of jail. And then one day I just decided I was done. And guess what? I never went back. Just literally, the minute somebody around me starts doing something that could put me in jail, I'm out. I'm off of this. Boom. I'm out of here. That's it. You just have to think about yourself, you know? Just separate yourself from people that put you at risk, and you're good. When guys are on parole, do they limit the amount of weed they can use? They try. But, like, you really can't. Once you're dirty, you're dirty. You know what I mean? Terry Fox out of that bitch. How do you kill a fox? You cut off his leg and make him run across Canada. What I got from Matt videos, if you stick to yourself, mind your business, you don't look at other man's cell, you don't gamble, drugs, etc., make sure to courtesy flush, you should be good. Basically, if you're in the building, go up top, hit that like button, 40 to 15. Like, come on, dog. I know some of you are going to hit it when you leave, but like, shit. What happens to people that have alcohol and drug addictions? Do they just let them go into withdrawal? If you're not prescribed to methadone or Suboxone when you get arrested, yes, they will. I came off heroin cold turkey in 2015. And then kind of went back on, but still came off. 14 days. 14 days. That's a long time, man. It is a long time to be struggling without sleep and shit. Woo! It's a rough time. And if you ever get in a scrap or something like that, you are so fucked. So fucked. I remember like the exact feeling. I should do a video about this, but the exact feeling would be all day, my feet would feel like I had concrete blocks attached to them, like I'm dragging my feet, just like I'm ready for fucking bed all day long. Okay. Then the minute they crack the cells, you try to eat some food, you go to lay down, go to sleep. It's like up all fucking night. And like the minute I like almost fall asleep, bang, they turn the lights on, breakfast time. And I don't mean on because they're never really off. They just take them from meh bright to meh bright. Yeah, cold turkey off methadone is even harder than cold turkey off heroin, I think. Especially if you're at like a high dose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a rough time. Like every day I think about coming off Suboxone. I do. Like I fucking hate it. I hate everything about it at this point. It changed my life, but like now I feel like I want to get off of it, but I just worry, if I do jump off, what's gonna happen? Because I remember before Suboxone, I couldn't control the drug cravings. Like I couldn't. And then Suboxone actually made like leveled out that part of my brain. And I'm worried now if I remove that, then maybe those thoughts will come back. So I do feel different than a lot of people. Like a lot of people that are on methadone or Suboxone don't work out. They don't work every day. They're not able to move and kind of keep themselves active, and they gain a bunch of weight. I don't want to go through that. I don't know. I've thought about Ibogaine even. And if you know about Ibogaine, it's a really strong hallucinogenic that can give you what's it called? Cardiac toxicity. But with even one use, sometimes you can like completely eliminate the physical addiction to opioids. So I don't know. I've even thought about that. Do I think if I relapse? I think a relapse for me now would be much different. I never before was on methadone or Suboxone or anything like that. And what eventually led me to breaking the law was being scared of being dope sick. So with the option of having methadone or Suboxone, which I had then, I was just too not thinking to do it and set it up. I probably would have never been in jail a lot of times. It's something I think about, Yeah, I'm not worried about addiction at this point. Like, I'm not worried about using. I don't think about using on a day to day. It's not something that stresses me out at all. So, yeah, I know, but I will when I'm ready. Anyways, I'm on here for like 2 more minutes, guys. I gotta go and I gotta get some shit on the go. I appreciate all of you for coming to the live. Sam G, I appreciate the $13.99 piece. If we have one more question, I'll answer that. I appreciate all of you, man. I'm gonna try and do a video in the next couple days. Muskoka Local. Sorry, I can't read everybody's question. Does anybody know a guy named JP? No. What does JP mean? I have no idea, bud. Oh, wait, is there another one up there? Anyways, fuck it. I tried. brother, anybody can kick any habit. You just need to find a reason. And that's the truth. Like but it does give me stability, and it makes me feel like stable and not worried. So it's been good up to this point. Look where it's got me in my life, right? But I do think that I'm coming to the point where it's time to get it out of me. I love y'all. You guys already know. We'll be doing another live soon. You guys already know. Video will be up soon. I love y'all. I appreciate all of you. Roach, mailman? Not the mailman. Stealth Parrot, Norms, you already know, playa. One Up, Muskoka Local, Sam G, The Muffin Man, SB, The Young Buck Podcast, Roach, Michael Rajpal. By the way, gay people in prison are not treated amazingly. They're not. Anyways, I love y'all. You guys already know. Be good.